Hi friends, welcome to our channel View of Civil Engineer. Up to now we discuss about the earth pressure and various types of earth pressure as well as Rankine earth pressure theory. So now we are going to discuss solve one problem related to the earth pressure. It is in rest condition. So here determine the lateral pressure at rest per unit length of the wall shown in figure. Also determine the location of the resultant pressure. So where entire pressure is acting on the structure, we have to calculate. For that we have to take, so K naught, this is the quotient of earth pressure, 1 minus sine phi, and gamma W is equals to 10 kilonewton per meter cube, right? So we know that if the entire backfill is in dry condition, so if in case dry condition, so our formula to find out the horizontal pressure is K naught gamma Z, or when the water table is available, then our P naught, that is horizontal stresses, we can write, so K naught gamma D plus K naught gamma dash Z minus D plus gamma W Z minus D. This is the formula to calculate the earth pressure when it is rest condition. So gamma W Z minus D is, we can denote with the U, that means pore water pressure, right? So now, so we can find out the, how to find out the earth pressure at rest condition. So I will pressure at B point. So we have to calculate the B point. So from A to B point there is no water table. So that means entire soil is in dry condition. So we can use first formula, P naught is equals to K naught gamma Z. So for that we have to calculate the K naught, we have formula. So K naught equal to 1 minus sine phi. So phi we have 30 degrees in first layer as well as second layer. We have phi value 30 degrees only. So 1 minus sine 30. So this value around 0.50. So 0.50, right? So for pressure at the B point, we will use this formula. So P naught equal to K naught gamma Z. Okay, K naught we have 0.5 and gamma we have, so first layer 17 kilonewton per meter cube. That is the unit weight of the soil, that we can take 17 into entire soil having depth 2 meters. So from A to B we have 2 meters only. So observe in the diagram, so that is 2. So this value, the entire pressure at the B point, we can get 17 kilonewton per meter square. 17 kilonewton per meter square. This is the pressure at the B point. So we can observe here pressure distribution also. This is the 17, and the next on pressure at C point. Pressure at C. So in this pressure at C, we have water table from B point. So from B layer, we have water table. So here mentioned with this diagram. So for that, so we can use the second formula. So P naught equal to, that is K naught into gamma into D. That means 0.5 into 17. So small d is nothing but height of the dry soil. So above the B point also we have soil content is there. So because of the dry soil, we can get pressure at the bottom of the structure. That means at the point of C. So here we have 2 meters. So entire soil is having height 2 meters only. So plus K naught is 0.5 into, so here gamma dash is there, I will write here. So gamma dash is equals to gamma sat minus gamma W. So gamma saturation we have, so that is 19 minus 10. So here in the question gamma W is there, so that is, so gamma dash we can get the 9 kilonewton per meter square, right? So that value you have to substitute in this. So 9 kilonewton per meter square into, we have entire from B point to we have the water table, so that's why we can write here 2 plus, and we have to calculate the pore water pressure, so that is 10 into, so Z minus D is nothing but here also 2. So entire horizontal pressure at the point of C we can get 17 plus 9 plus 20. So that means entire, this is the 17 and first term is 17, right? So second term is 9, right? So next this is the 20. So 17 plus 9 plus 20. So this value entire 37, 46. So 46 kilonewton per meter square. This entire force is acting at the point of C point, right? So this is the diagram. So because of the dry soil, this is the pressure distribution on the retaining structure we have to understand. So B point, up to B point we have 17. So because of the dry soil, the pressure is also developed at the C point. So this is constant, and this extra portion is about the, because of the B2C, that is the vertical stress. So it is in water content is there. So we know that if the water content is there, so at that time vertical stresses will decrease. So because of the vertical stresses we got the 9, and but in the to calculate the horizontal pressure, horizontal stresses, we have to add the water pressure. So 20 is the water pressure, so pore water pressure, that is the 20. So like this the pressure distribution is acting on the structure. So now we have to calculate the forces. So entire total force acting on the structure, how much it is acting, so that's we have to calculate here. So I will write here, this is the P1, so entire triangle 1, and this is the P2. So the P2 is nothing but it is in a rectangle shape, and P3 it is also triangle, and P4 also it is also triangle, right? So if we calculate the area of the this diagram, pressure distribution diagram, then we can get the entire force, right? So we have to add the we have to calculate the total pressure, that denote with the P, that is summation of P1 plus P2 plus P3 as well as P4. So we have to calculate the P1. So P1 is half into base, we have 17. So width of this triangle, first triangle is, we have 17 into height. So this first triangle height having 2 meters, so we have to take 2 meters, that is the value 17 only. So 17 kilonewtons is acting on the structure because of the P1 and P2, right? So P2 we can write, we can take 2 into 17. So width of the rectangle is width 17 and height 2. So we can write here 17. With that we can get 34 kilonewton force is acting on the structure. So P3 we have to calculate, this is also in triangle shape. So half into base is 9 value and height is 2. So entire 9 kilonewton force is acting on the structure, as well as P4. So this is also half into base. So base is 20 and height also 2. So this is also 20 kilonewton is acting on the structure. So if we get total pressure with this four values, 17 plus 34 plus 9 kilonewtons as well as 20 kilonewtons. So with that we can get 80 kilonewtons. So entire structure, because of the soil in the horizontal direction, 80 kilonewton force is acting on the structure. But now very important point is we have to calculate the line of action of force. That means entire 80 kilonewton force is acting at which place on the structure, that we have to calculate line of action of force. So entire pressure is, I will write here, P equal to 80 kilonewtons is acting. So we don't know where this entire pressure is acting. So I will take, we have to calculate the moments of all four forces about its base of the structure. So I will take C point, right? So about C point we have to calculate the entire moments, right? So we have four forces. With that forces we can get the if we calculate the moments we can get the line of action of force, right? So we'll take 80 into, so this is the total pressure. Where it is acting we don't know, that value I am denoting with the Z bar. That means from bottom we are calculating, we are taking the moments, that's why. So the Z bar is nothing but the height where the entire force is concentrating, right? So here first force is there 17. So this 17 force we have to calculate the moments. That means this point to this point. So distance between the first point, first force to the C point we have to calculate. That means this entire height is having 2 meters, as well as this 17 force is acting at the centroid of the first triangle. So where we can get the centroid from the base, that means 1 by third of the height. So here height is 2 meters. So 2 by 3, with that we can get the distance. So that we have to add and 2. So 2 by 3 plus 2 we can get the moment from the P1. So 17 into 2 by 3 plus 2. This is the movement from the P1, and from the P2. So we can observe here. So from P2, so P2 is also acting at the center of the rectangle. So rectangle having the 2 meter height. So middle is nothing but 1 meter. So we will write second force is 34 kilonewton. So 34 into 1. This is the movement of the second force, as well as, so third force we have 9 kilonewtons. So 9 into, that is triangle in shape. So 2 by third we have to take, plus 20 force is acting because of the P4. So that is also in triangle shape. So we can use 2 by third. So entire value we can get like this: Z bar is equals to 45.3 first term, and plus 34, and plus 6 value is there, 6 kilonewton, and the next 13.3 divided by 80. 80 is the force. So entire value we can get the Z bar equal to 98.6, right? So divided by 80. So this value around 1.23 meters. So that means from, this is from base, right? So that means the Z bar is we got 1.23, right? So from bottom of the structure at the height of 1.23, the entire 80 kilonewton. So this is, for example, this is the 1.83 distance, 1.23 distance. So from this, at this place, entire 80 kilonewton force is acting on the structure in the horizontal direction, right? So in this way we have to calculate the horizontal pressure at rest condition. So we have active, passive also. So that in that the K naught, Ka as well as Kp. These are the three differences. So if in case rest condition is there, we can use K naught. So if in case we have to calculate the active pressure, so at that time we can use Ka. So entire formulas are similar, but K naught, Ka, Kp formulas are difference. Thank you.